Today is Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. This is our final day on the West Highland Way. I don't think the weather's going to be quite as good as it was yesterday, unfortunately. But I didn't check the weather, so we'll see. It rained overnight. Not really raining now. It's about 8:30 in the morning, and we are in Kinlochleven. And today should be on the longer side. I think it's like 15 and a half miles into Fort William. So here we go. We're about 1.25 miles in, doing a climb out of town, which I think is the bulk of the climb today. I'm gonna switch back here. And there's Kinlochleven. It's not raining anymore. And the weather actually looked like it was going to clear up after 11. So we shall see. 2 miles in. We're still climbing, but not as steeply. Now we're on like a old road. Lightly drizzling. Two little sheep right here. They're so cute. It's brightening up ahead. We're about half a mile from an old derelict farmhouse. It looks like it's really neat, made out of stone. Site of an old cottage. Pretty cool looking. It's behind it. It's right next to it. And then their view. We're coming up to the remains of I think it's a farm called Larigmore. Oh, there's a sign at it, I think. That's a junction with another trail. So there's two hikers that are right nearing the remains of the house. It's not as impressive as that last farmhouse was that had the standing chimneys. But it's in a pretty nice spot. Got water coming right here. Looking back that way. Things are starting to clear out. This is the remains of the house. There are huge, huge stones in this. Beautiful area. There's a waterfall right there. There's a river or stream, I guess, right across from me, behind me. Literally right behind. It's right in this. And this is a very cool peak right there, too. All right. We're 6 miles in today. And it's kind of misting and blowing hard on us, but you can see there's blue sky. And this hill ahead of us was just in the full sun. So maybe get clear. Or maybe the rain is following us. I don't know. having like a day pack versus full camping gear is. We're in a slightly lower area now that has trees. It's really weird. You can hear the wind whipping through the trees so loudly. It's still raining a bit. Nothing terrible though. The wind is at our backs, so that's good too. Some heather and some heath. Okay. It's really pretty. I don't think photos do it justice, especially with the bad weather, but it is quite beautiful. The rain is let up. Just came through an area that was wooded. It's pretty cool. There was a plaque and a cairn with a story about the McDonald's and the Campbells. I did not add or take a stone. So back in this loch, which I cannot pronounce, there's a little island. Let me zoom into it. See that? And that is an island where Macbeth, the king of the Scots in the middle of the 11th century, so like around 1050, resided on one of those islands, supposedly. That's pretty cool. We are officially halfway today. And things feel different now in this section. Trees. We are, I think, pretty much done with our climb. We're sort of starting our descent now, even though we're like 7 miles from the finish. And this is Ben Nevis right here, kind of in a cloud. That's the tallest point in the UK. It's 4,412 feet. And there's a spur trail that's like 0.3 that goes out to an old Iron Age fort that has awesome view of Ben Nevis, but it looks like, there it is. It looks like it's gonna be socked in. We're gonna make that call as we get closer because we're out of the rain right now, but it's Scotland. It could rain at any time, so we'll see. But there it is, Ben Nevis. If you're gonna hike Ben Nevis, you can come right into Fort William. There's a little town called Glen Nevis right at the base of it, but it's basically in Fort William. I mean, you could easily walk there from Fort William. Less than a mile, I think. There it is. Look how pretty that is. It's Glen Nevis. I think we're gonna come up this little rise and we'll have a view to the hill fort also. I love that with the sun on it. How nice is that? Zoom it. That is the hill fort. There's Glen Nevis. Okay, so the hill fort is directly in front of us, and the West Highland Way goes up alongside right here. And then the spur, I think, is someplace up in the woods. It comes back out. There are actually 3 people on the summit of that. And then from there you get an awesome view of Ben Nevis, but we decided we're not gonna go there today. We still have 5 more miles to go. More, actually. We don't need to add more on. And I think our view is pretty darn good. We decided to climb the hill fort after all. So this is the site of the fort. And we have rain starting to come in. Right down there is Fort William. And then right here is Ben Nevis. This rain here, this rain is coming in as we speak. It was clear about a minute and a half ago. This is back the way we just came. I can see the West Highland Way right in there. Okay, we left our packs at the base of this and beat it up here. And I think it was worth it. Of course, now we're going to be walking in the rain, but we still would have been walking in the rain anyway. There it is, Ben Nevis. We are in Glen Nevis now, heading to Fort William, less than 2 miles from the end point, which is just in the middle of Fort William. The rest of this is road walk. I'm ready to be done. I think it's going to be a little over 16 miles with our detour out to the hill fort. I thought that was well worth it. As soon as we left there, it started pouring rain though, and it got all clouded over, so we timed it just right. West Highland Way, done.